high pressure is in control, not only at the surface but aloft, and that's allowing that heat to build. A little bit of a westerly wind flow today. That's a hot wind for us. May keep the dew point down a touch, but it's still going to be a little bit more humid than yesterday. Things are drying out nicely behind the front that brought the showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. The water vapor, we don't often use it, but it shows the story pretty well here. You can see all the moisture out ahead of the front with the showers and storms here, and the sandy color, an indication of dry air blowing through the Midwest and Great Lakes and on into our region now. That's really bringing the humidity down by $1 million beach. And you can see this storm on the First Warning Live Doppler radar over Warrensburg right now. It's nasty. A lot of thunder and lightning, torrential downpours, maybe even some small hail right over the top of Lake George. Here's $1 Million Beach right down here, Diamond Point. Then you get up toward Bolton, right along Route 9. The heaviest part of the storm, the core, is moving right over Route 9 now and will be over Lake George, the northern 2/3 of the lake, right on up until about 7:15. So you can see the ridge cresting over the Canadian Maritimes, and that ridge is going to hang out here for the next couple of days and even build more. So the warmth will continue right on into the middle of the week.
Now, your First Warning forecast with meteorologist Paul Cayano.
Things are drying out nicely behind the front that brought the showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. The water vapor, we don't often use it, but it shows the story pretty well here. You can see all the moisture out ahead of the front with the showers and storms here, and the sandy color, an indication of dry air blowing through the Midwest and Great Lakes and on into our region now. That's really bringing the humidity down, and you could see that dry air in the mid-levels of the atmosphere sweeping on in, and this is going to make for a beautiful blue sky tomorrow, as the dew point, which has been riding very high in the 60s, even near 70, is going to tumble down through the 60s and into the 50s, which puts it in the pleasant zone for tomorrow. It's 70 right now in Albany and Glens Falls, some surrounding communities already back into the 60s. These temperatures a few degrees cooler than this time yesterday, 7 degrees cooler in Albany when we were still roasting in the high 70s, and a muggy evening last night out ahead of the front. But now that drier, cooler air continuing to flow through the Great Lakes and the Ohio Valley and in our direction. So the response will mean temperatures back down into the comfortable lower 60s tonight. We will rebound through the 60s and 70s and into the mid 80s tomorrow. So it's not going to be chilly by any means behind this front. It's just that the humidity is going to be down and it'll be a lot more comfortable out there. So here's the front as it lined up just off to our west at 11 a.m. The early arrival of the front, along with the showers and thunderstorms, prevented us from maximizing our heating during the day, and that prevented us from getting any real good severe weather. So we dodged a bullet there. The showers and storms continuing to track off the eastern seaboard, and you could see the drier, much more pleasant air blowing in behind the front as the clouds break up, and a nice big fat full moon out there tonight will be with us right on through the overnight period as that front tracks away. High pressure will build in, and that's going to set us up for a good-looking Friday with lots of sunshine. Now, as we approach the weekend, we're going to have a couple of disturbances passing by, and that could mean 1 or 2 showers or thunderstorms firing during the day on Saturday and again on Sunday, but by no means a washout. We'll have the forecast coming up in 30 seconds. We'll have a mainly clear sky overnight. I think you'll notice by morning that the mugginess will go away, just a light breeze. 64, 85 tomorrow, warm but low humidity. Nice west wind at 10 to 15. That's going to help make it feel comfortable out there as well. Saturday and Sunday, a couple of showers and thunderstorms here and there. We'll time those out for you as we get closer, but I'm not thinking it's going to last very long. Temperatures remaining in the 80s for the first couple of days of August, and it starts out a little unsettled next week.
Not too bad. Tomorrow will feel great with no humidity.
Oh, it's going to be a nice deep blue sky looking good out there.
Can feel like spring.
Yeah.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Now, when they're on the ones at 6:21 with Paul Cayano, and the Schaghticoke Fair opens today.
Yeah, 196 years.
Wow.
You imagine the 200th anniversary is coming up.
It's amazing.
That's a lot of chickens, a lot of rabbits, a lot of cows. You know what? A lot of heat today at the fair, and it's going to be up toward 90. But you know what they have this year that they haven't had in 196 years, or at least to my knowledge? An entertainment tent. And with all this heat, they're going to serve beer and wine. So that should get interesting at the Schaghticoke Fair.
And they could come see you at the karaoke competition?
No, I'm saying, though, with the entertainment tent now, they can have a karaoke contest because, you know, one usually requires the other, I think, at least if you're going to get me to do it.
Yeah, one definitely requires
No, I will
other.
certainly be near the Chemistry Magic Show, though, when I go to the Schaghticoke Fair because we love science. And you can go to schaghticokefair.com for more information. By the way, that entertainment tent conveniently located behind the New York State Trooper barracks, so they know what they're doing. We have lots of dry weather over us now. Nothing on the First Warning Live Doppler. 64 in Albany, 50s in some surrounding communities, so it's a comfortable start and within a couple degrees where we started the day yesterday. Some places a little lower, some places a little higher, but I think everyone will wind up in the upper 80s to near 90 today. Ballston Spa right at about 90, Rotterdam and Knox, Hudson, Kinderhook, Nassau right at about that 90-degree mark. Then back into the muggy 60s tonight and a run into the mid-80s tomorrow with the next front making an approach from the north and west. Right now, we're watching the big ridge of high pressure dominate over the northeastern part of the country. High pressure is in control not only at the surface but aloft, and that's allowing that heat to build. A little bit of a westerly wind flow today. That's a hot wind for us. May keep the dew point down a touch, but it's still going to be a little bit more humid than yesterday. Then we'll track this next front in our direction from way up here in Canada as it slides on in and hooks up with a little bit of energy from the Midwest. The combination of those two features could touch off a few showers and thunderstorms tomorrow and then break the humidity up a bit. So we'll go with plenty of sunshine today, a partly cloudy sky tonight, but remaining dry. And then we'll see a couple of showers firing tomorrow off the higher terrain, drifting to the south, maybe some downpours around with a few rumbles of thunder as that activity gets going. So let's go for a high of 90 today with lots of sunshine and increased humidity back down to the muggy 60s tonight. Tomorrow we'll be up into the mid-80s with a mix of sun and clouds and the risk for a few showers and thunderstorms. Behind that front, the humidity breaks a bit and temperatures come down, but still way above average Friday and into the holiday weekend on Saturday. Then that ridge builds right back in Sunday and Monday with more sun and warm to hot temperatures, and the humidity comes back even after Labor Day.
All right. Good end to a great summer vacation for students and a lot of teachers.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Thanks, Paul.
Now, your first warning forecast with meteorologist Paul Cayano.
Well, we made it up to 93 degrees today. That's the high in Albany, and that's the hottest temperature so far this summer. And not only that, the dew point was up there into the sticky and uncomfortable range, and it looks like we're going to stay here, if not higher, over the next 24 to 48 hours. So this is the story. The heat and humidity watch the dew point build during the afternoon tomorrow, with the dew points well up into the 60s and the temperatures well up into the 90s. It's going to feel like it's between 94 and 99 degrees tomorrow afternoon. But the dew point only climbs more on Thursday. The difference is we have some thunderstorms heading in our direction, and you could see the front lined up here with the dew points coming crashing down behind the front with much more refreshing air in place and dew points back into the 50s by Friday afternoon. So some changes toward the hotter and even more humid weather and then more refreshing weather later in the week. It's dry right now on the First Warning Live Doppler radar, still sticky and muggy at 76 degrees in Albany. Canajoharie 74, Glens Falls is 71. Some of the normally cooler spots in the 60s, but still very muggy and humid outside. Readings will only go back to the upper 60s to around 70 tonight and then launch right through the 70s and 80s and up into the 90s tomorrow afternoon. With the heat and humidity combined, it looks like we'll be in the mid-90s in the Tri-Cities. Look at Albany, 95 or better with the heat index. Hudson, more of the same. If you want some relief, you have to go up into the mountainous areas. But again, even in these places, it's going to be quite warm and humid. One or two showers fired this afternoon, kind of dove on in and melted away after sunset, so we're left with a dry night. High pressure will crest overhead during the afternoon tomorrow and keep it dry and hot. And with that warm air aloft, it's going to be tough to see any of those thunderstorms fire, so it looks like it's going to be uncomfortable all day long. And then we'll watch the next front approach. That's on schedule for Thursday with a round of showers and thunderstorms. So it looks like like will be mainly dry tonight and tomorrow. Notice a couple of showers firing off the higher terrain in the Adirondacks, but those will be widely scattered and few and far between. Our best chance for showers and thunderstorms will be with this front Thursday afternoon. Some of these could be on the stronger side, maybe severe. We'll see how the parameters unfold as we get into the morning on Thursday, and more showers and storms through the evening on Thursday before that drier air works its way on in. Back with the forecast in 30 seconds. Partly cloudy, warm and muggy tonight. Lows in the upper 60s to around 70. 94 tomorrow. We'll probably ratchet it up a notch higher than today. And with the humidity, it'll feel even hotter than that. Thursday, showers and thunderstorms roll our way during the afternoon. If nothing else, that should keep it from hitting 90, but it'll be pretty close. Behind that front, a nice day on Friday. Sunny skies, warm temperatures, and low humidity, 85. Another front headed our way for the weekend. Could bring a couple of thunderstorms on Saturday as the humidity comes back up. But again, plenty of time to iron the timing out on that one. It doesn't look like a washout. Typical summer here, though, as we round out July and welcome in the month of August.
Tons and tons of water for everyone tomorrow.
Yeah, good idea. Lightweight, light-colored clothing and frequent breaks.
All right, Paul, thank you.
Now, your first warning forecast with meteorologist Paul Cayano.
All right, we continue to track this storm. It's a nasty storm. Look at this. This is Hall's Boat down on the southern end of Lake George looking north. Up here is Bolton Landing. And there's a nasty thunderstorm coming right over Bolton Landing right now. National Grid first warning cam. Just an incredible shot of the storm blowing on through. It's not a severe storm in terms of wind, but it has a lot of thunder and lightning. Not good for boaters, and a lot of heavy rain, and it's only moving at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So it's going to dump a lot of heavy rain and hang out over the northern half of Lake George for the next half hour to 45 minutes. So if you're boating on the southern end of Lake George, and you can see a lot of people have already headed in, get on in, let this storm blow through, and certainly don't go to the north if you're down by $1 Million Beach. And you can see this storm on the first warning live Doppler radar over Warrensburg right now. It's nasty, a lot of thunder and lightning, torrential downpours, maybe even some small hail right over the top of Lake George. Here's $1 Million Beach right down here, Diamond Point. Then you get up toward Bolton, right along Route 9. The heaviest part of the storm, the core, is moving right over Route 9 now and will be over Lake George, the northern 2/3 of the lake, right on up until about 7:15. So maybe just head on in, go see one of those restaurants, have a couple of snacks, let's say, and then head on out when things start to calm down a bit. Southeast at 11, that's it on the motion for this storm. It's going to approach Granville and Whitehall as we get into the next hour or so. Otherwise, you can see mostly dry here across the greater Capital District. A couple of showers and storms in the southern part of the Adirondack, a couple more in southern parts of Berkshire County, but they're moving away. The temperature is going to wind up being the big story. Look at the heating index combo of the temperature and the humidity. It's going to make it feel like 91 in Albany tomorrow and in the mid-90s across the area on Wednesday when the heat peaks over top of us. For now, high pressure's in control, so not a lot going on. A trigger or two in the next couple of days may touch off a shower or thunderstorm. That'll help to cool things down a bit, but they'll be few and far between. Meantime, hot and humid, leading to a muggy night tonight, 65 with areas of fog. Storms will die out as we get past sunset. 90 tomorrow, heat and humidity on. And in full force on Wednesday, that's when it crests over top of us, 92. Showers and thunderstorms around on Thursday. That's the best chance for this, but it doesn't look like it's going to cool it down much, as we'll be right back into that soup and highs near 90 for the upcoming weekend.
All right, thank you, Paul.
You got it.
I hate winter so much around here that I love this forecast.
There you go.
You like the 90-degree weather.
I kind of do.
I do too.
Likes
It's
the
just
heat.
kind of me, I know.
Yeah, you lose about 5 pounds at least on your golf game.
Yes, you
Forget
do
about that, the walk from the car.